to the world, no heroes and villains. Welcome to the war, we've only begun. So pick up your weapon and face it. There's blood on the ground, go and take it. You get one shot to make it out alive. So higher and higher you chase it. It's deep in your bones, go and take it. This is your moment, now is your time. So prove yourself and rise, rise. Make them remember you. Push through heaven. Rise, rise. They will remember you. Welcome to the climb up, reach for the summit. Visions brave, the one false step lead the end. So higher and higher you chase it. It's deep in your blood, go and take it. This is your moment. Take to the skies, go. Prove yourself and rise, rise. Make them remember you. Push through heaven. Rise, rise. They will remember you. It is you fight among the dead, beneath the dirt. Or do you know yet? Or do you want it? And when the giants call to ask you what you're worth, or do you know yet? We don't die. Prove yourself and rise, rise. Make them remember you. Push through heaven. Rise, rise. They will remember you. Prove yourself and rise, rise. Pick up your weapon and face it.
Hello, Rec League, and welcome to the rebroadcast of the All-Star game. I'm Darth Ted, your host, and joined with me on the cast today is Colonel Paco. Say hello
What's
to the
up?
crowd.
Hello. Welcome to this totally unbiased cast of this All-Star game.
Completely unbiased. I mean, we might be the bot lane for, one of the teams, but that doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, it doesn't at all. Obviously. We have no preference. And we also have no idea who wins this game.
Yeah, no idea. We have no idea what happens in the game whatsoever. Just so everyone is clear on that point. But we're just showing up right now with the champion select. I'm just loading up the game so you guys can see what's happening. On the All-Star team, the Yeet, we have Kennen in the top lane, Rek'Sai in the jungle. We got Pugma in the mid lane, Resistance Caitlyn as the AD carry, and Poppy for support. And on the elite team, we have York in the top lane, Udyr in that jungle, Zillion in the mid lane, Draven in the bot lane, and we have Jacep finally getting his Morgana.
Yeah, well, this game there were no... So, we can't show the actual champ select, but we basically, this was a blind pick, so everyone got to play exactly what they wanted. So yeah, the Morgana comes out, the Zillion for Pickle Popper, often banned. Same with the Udyr on Chimmy. Everyone has their favorite champions in this game.
Yeah, it seems like it. And without further ado, we're just going to get straight into the game. Are you ready, Paco?
Yes.
All right, and 3, 2, 1, start.
All right.
Yeah, Pickle Popper. Everyone loves that guy. It's his year, apparently.
That is very true.
Oh, there's so many cute skins in this game. The Pugma Chromo is just amazing.
Oh, man. I didn't even notice that during the game. But
yeah. Me neither.
So, let's talk about these lanes. Both mid laners are very slow early on.
30 seconds until
How do you think that? Where do you think the jungler is going to put his priority? Since both of those are pretty strong players normally.
Yeah. Unlike Kog'Maw, Pickle Popper on the Zillion has a good amount of gank setup with if he can hit the double bombs. Fortunately, Kog'Maw is a very long-range champion, so he's gonna have a hard time of actually hitting those bombs. So I'm assuming we know Chimmy. He's gonna try to do a lot of counter jungling and probably focus on keeping vision up for Adolma, so he can just do what Adolma does best and split push on this Yorick.
That's right. So yeah, looking at these teams, you'd expect that maybe it'd be a quiet early game, but this is the All-Star game. People have something to prove. We're gonna. Not that I know.
Yeah, somebody has something to prove. That is gonna bite you in the butt in a little bit.
No.
Yeah, I'll make sure not to miss any of your deaths.
Great, sweet. I don't die ever, so we're not gonna have to, fortunately, see that at all.
Speaking of, both junglers go on their bot side buffs respectively, and they're just doing a little bit. And it looks like Paco's going a little aggressive right here.
Ooh,
goes in, hits the stun, gets binded up, ignited. The heals out from Caitlyn, but he ends up going down. First blood over to Morgana. Bad start for the bot lane.
Turns out Morgana started binding level 1, and that hit me. That hit Poppy right in the face, which is bad. You don't want that to happen.
Jacef stepping up again, does a little bit of damage to Darth Head, but it's a good trade back.
Meanwhile, we're fighting top lane. Shoemaker's low, but it seems to have all reset.
Yeah, and Adolma is just way too good on this Yorick. He puts down so much
Yorick is a
poke.
scary champion when he plays that. It's a lot of poke, and later on it's going to be split push that basically no one can deal with.
Yeah, definitely. And one thing we actually do see is this Rek'Sai got invaded on by Chimmy since his bot lane had so much pressure. And so Chimmy's been able to get an early level lead and also 1 to 2 camps up right now.
He's 1, yeah.
Yeah, 1 camp up.
Oh, there we go. They just got another one.
Yeah.
So.
But he's just going to have so much pressure because he's a little bit ahead.
True.
And in the mid lane, nothing's really happening.
Nope. Mid lane is very, very even right now. Top lane, the Yorick has a CS lead, but he's also pushed in, so maybe we'll see that get minimized a little bit. So all these lanes so far pretty even, minus the first blood that happens for some reason.
For some unknown reason.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do see Adolma playing super safe in this lane, just back, not going anywhere near the turret, not trying to get those demolish stacks off, just waiting to see if Zabel is here, which is really smart because Zabel is right there, but they have no idea.
True. It's very dangerous to try to be anywhere near anyone's turret this early in the game, because if you start taking turret damage, you kind of just die right away. So
we see a really nice invade from Chimmy Changas right now. He's going in, getting the Krugs, but he also placed this ward, so he'll know when Zabel comes through.
Right. Meanwhile, Zabel was backed, so there's nothing to see at the moment. But he looks like he's probably going to that Raptor camp. So
looks like there's something to see. Gank coming out from Chimichangas, running in at Darth Head. Good net gets him away, but Colonel Paco gets the stun off, but ends up in a very bad position and just ends up dying once again to Jacef. Basically takes a tower shot, but not enough damage to kill him.
It looks like he was valiantly trying to save his ADC from dying himself.
Yes, his ADC who had flash up and the net to get away.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, good save.
Exactly. But hey, the Draven did not manage to get either of those kills, which is unfortunate for them.
Yeah, but
he
it's
has
huge.
a decent amount of stacks right now, and he was unable to pay off.
And we see
Sable getting caught.
Yeah, Jacef and Pickle Popper just roaming in, clearing out that pink ward, getting the vision down. And that one ward from Chimmy did so much work showing where Zabel was the entire time he was taking his wraiths.
Yeah.
And looks like Zabel's going to go in for a gank on Pickle Popper, but they know he's here. And Pickle Popper's just playing it safe.
Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't realize that there's a ward right behind him, actually. So he's just gonna have to go farm somewhere else.
And speaking of farm, we do see a good CS lead coming out for Pickle Popper in the mid lane. I mean, it does take Hogma a little bit to actually come online, but it's good that Pickle Popper can actually grow the lead. And top lane is just getting completely bullied. Shoemaker having a rough time against Adolma.
Yeah, well, you'd think that the range champion would have the advantage, but Yorick is just such a bully. He can heal off his Q, and man, she's just ruthless with those minions. Going in with the ult, nothing really comes of it. For now. Well, it looks like Kennan's gonna have to back, so that's actually a lot. He's down a lot of CS, and this is going into tower.
Yeah, and he already used his teleport, so he can't get back in lane to catch that wave. But luckily, Zabel is there
but
if he wants it.
Backing. He doesn't want it, apparently.
Like there are a lot of
it's playing the bot lane. Oh, they killed him. Are they gonna get both?
Good stun into the wall by Colonel Paco right there.
They're gonna get both. Look at that.
Oh, what a good play.
Look
This bot lane
at
is
that.
amazing. Do you see that synergy of the stun into the wall, into the trap, into the net from the Caitlyn? Just so many headshots right there.
Unstoppable.
Oof. Looking
So
good.
suddenly the Caitlyn's 10 CS up, despite having had a support with 2 deaths already.
Yeah, so good comeback play from Colonel Paco, taking initiative, not learning from his mistakes before.
That's right. So yeah, with those kills, the game is even in gold pretty much. So there's this could go either way. There's still a lot of items champions need to buy before we really see any more action than that, I think.
And this is a really good call from the elite team. Jimmy knows that the bot lane from the Yeet ended up going back, so this dragon is pretty much free for him. Pickle Popper had a lot of priority in the mid lane, so he could roam over pretty easily. And their bot lane is safe too.
Yeah. Rek'Sai almost dying there. Yeah, they were able to spot it out, but it was too late for them to really do anything about it.
Yeah, good amount of wards coming out. They have this bot side jungle pretty heavily vision.
Another stun. Stun bot.
That's a very late black shield from Jacef. Is Sickly walking up a little too far.
That's another dead Draven.
Colonel Paco coming up big on these stuns.
The stuns are scary.
Yeah, showing lies, Poppy was banned pretty much every game.
Pretty much.
Except against us.
Oh, wow. Meanwhile, like potential action mid lane? No, not really. Top lane is getting pushed in. That Yorick is a big old meanie.
Yeah, he's a big old bully. But we see a little bit of an invade coming in from Chimichangas, going in onto this blue buff. Zabel knows he's there, but I think that ward spots out Zabel. And Pickle Popper's coming down again. The smite goes down, and Zabel is just in a bad spot. Yeah, flashes out of the double bomb. Is going in on Pickle Popper, who has ult though. Don't know if you want that. But Shu is there. Shoemaker's coming over. Doesn't want to flash the wall and go for the ult, which is probably a smart call.
After all that, the blue buff gets stolen away and nothing really happens.
But one thing to keep real track of is the top lane turret on blue side versus the bot lane turret on red side. Both
Yep.
are at 3 platings right now, so those could go down pretty much any time one of the laners dies.
Yep, absolutely. And this Yorick is really just upping the pressure, ulting in lane just like that. Fortunately, Kennen does have, thanks to his range, he is able to get rid of the Maiden a lot easier than a lot of other top lane champions.
Yeah, but it seems like Kennan's having a hard time with those ghouls
Oh,
whenever
yeah.
they get thrown at him.
I mean, the Maiden's still alive, so...
But luckily the Maiden's on tower, so it'll die pretty shortly.
Yep.
In the
Not yet.
meantime,
There it is.
Chimichanga's using that top lane pressure just to go up and solo out the Rift Herald.
Yeah, it's pretty free. Oh. Something's happening, bot. Maybe not.
Doesn't look like it, just a little bit of provoking. And then a trap line getting set up by me, and that forces the bot lane to go around, which allows for a lot of turret damage to go down. This plating's getting super low.
Down to 2 plating. 2 plating in the bot lane. But the top lane's soon to go down to 2 plating, if not completely down.
Kennan does have his teleport.
True, but it looks like he's walking back.
I have no idea how
Oh, no, he's
JSF
not.
threaded that binding on me. That was absolutely insane.
He's hacking.
I was in the middle of 4 minions and he hit me with it.
He's played with you too much. He knows your patterns.
Honestly. But it looks like Shoemaker's going a little bit aggressive on Adolma. He's getting some damage down. Doesn't have that third proc up. Gets the stun off. And Adolma has to flash away.
Uh-oh. Fight in the bot lane. Sabo is dead. Suddenly there's 3 bot lane. Oh, the Udyr gets knocked away. And disengage.
Yeah, really good Poppy ultimate to hit the Udyr
Yeah.
after he flashed in. That
Udyr
was,
flashed into the Poppy ultimate, which is not, you don't want to do.
I mean, did you predict the flash or?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Yeah. No, definitely did.
Absolutely.
During the game, I think I was like, "Wow, he fucking predicted that. That's amazing." But I guess not.
He was gonna, no, you have a decent amount of range with it, so
Yeah.
I would have hit him regardless.
Another
Oh,
good stun
the
under
one
the
for
turret.
one.
Trades
was
doesn't
worth-
give the kill over to the Draven though, so
That's
Draven's
right.
not cashing in on those stacks.
Oh, and meanwhile the Rift is summoned mid lane.
Yeah, and this is going to be pretty big if it ends up taking this turret. The mid lane has such priority.
A lot of plating.
Yeah.
But
Luckily,
I don't
Zabel
know
is
if they're
there.
gonna get- Yeah.
Chimmy
Udyr
took way
very
too
low.
many tower shots.
Yeah. Oh, is that a dead Draven? Nope, not quite.
No, just a really good trade. Allows
Yeah.
for Darth Head to be able to shove up into the turret. This turret is most likely going to fall in this wave.
Yes, I would agree. Having no idea of the future.
Having never been near this game before, ever.
Yes. Exactly. This game's called League of Legends, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, this is my first time, so.
Alright, so Shoemaker in a little bit of trouble. Chimmy is walking up behind him. He throws out the ultimate, gets the stun down. Adolma has turret on. The stopwatch
But-
goes down, and he flashes
Nice
away from the
flash.
wall, is able to get
Wow.
out. But there's a pickle popper
Oh, no.
who flashes in, bombs, and gets the double bomb.
Oh.
One auto attack, destroys him.
He outplayed the 2, but there was a 3rd. That's, not much you can do. Meanwhile, the blue side takes Dragon in response. And there looks like a fight going on. Something's happening.
JSF going aggressive onto Colonel Paco, and
Oh.
basically puts himself in a bad position.
He is dead.
Ace in the hole comes in, doesn't have enough damage to finish him off. Zabel
No.
takes that with an auto.
And this tower is definitely going to go down right now. Although the top lane turret has already gone.
Yeah, that
So-
just seemed like a lot of miscommunication from the bot lane of the elite squad.
No.
I mean,
No, that
if
was
Draven
perfect.
was
We got the
near
kill.
the Morgana,
We got the kill.
Poppy was definitely dead there.
So alright. It looks like blue side's advantage is the bot side with a 203 Caitlyn that's 40 CS up already. That's a lot of gold.
It's got that
case
500
you
gold
didn't
bounty
know.
too.
That's true. Meanwhile, red side has decent but smaller advantages in both top and mid, as well as jungle, for that matter. Although Rek'Sai does have a kill. So, that's the... It's gonna come to... We're gonna have to see who uses their advantages properly.
We can actually look at the gold values too if you press X. You see that top lane is up by 1,200. The jungler's up by a little bit on the elite squad. Mid laners are... Pickle Popper is ahead by about 1,000. And Darth Ted is up by like 2,000.
Yep. Oh, another fight. And that is a very dead Morgana.
And that is how you secure kills as Caitlyn. You just walk up and right click once.
Press.
That's all you need.
Listen, that means everyone else did their job right. The Caitlyn that didn't have to do anything but auto attack one time. There's no danger. No nothing. Just
Example going in a little bit too far there. Has to flash out from under the turret. But Darth Ted feeling a little spicy right now. Is walking up into 3.
Yep. Meanwhile, the Yorick just punishing this Kennen under the turret. He has to back it. Oh, he wanted to back, but I don't think he can.
He's got to be careful though, because Yorick does have the maiden up. So if he stays,
true.
the Yorick can dive him pretty easily right here.
Absolutely.
That demolish damage is so
It's
strong.
Yorick already has Triforce done, so he hurts towers a lot. He does a lot of damage to turrets. Oh, he does a lot of damage in general. Let's be real. Oh, that was a very
That was a weird bug.
by the Kennen. He was stunned while it was summoning, so it kind of bugged out. But that turret's dead.
Yeah, it definitely is. We do see Pickle Popper roaming up to the top lane.
Are they gonna go for a fight here?
Colonel Paco
maybe.
dashing into the black shield.
That's
That
the way to
ends
do
up
it.
Getting away from the double bomb. Darth Ted putting out some.
Meanwhile, a Killbot. The Kog'Maw and Rek'Sai collapsed on Yorick, and he died.
Yeah, I'm gonna pause to rewind that so we can just see that kill.
Okay.
I'll let you know where I repause.
Yep.
Replay.
Yep.
We see Yorick just doing his thing. He's walking up and gets collapsed on.
Yeah. You don't want that to happen. He got the turret, but I found that you don't want to die.
All right, what time are you at?
I'm at 17:12.
All right. Unpause it.
Okay. All right, and we're back to it. Looks like nothing's really happening for the moment. Everyone's just resetting. So both teams have both outer lane outer turrets.
Yeah, top lane and bot lane. So
Yeah.
most likely we're gonna see the typical NA ram, as the Sickly likes to call it, where everybody
Classic.
just runs mid.
No, there's in this case it's actually pretty objectively the best strategy because there's no other objectives on the map. But yes.
Pickle Popper's
NA
level
ram.
13 right now.
Yeah, that is a scary Zillion. Zillion is a dirty cheater because he can give experience to his teammates, which just gives them level advantages that are worth a lot of gold sometimes. So it's a very scary champion. He can very quickly just level up anyone who on his team who's behind. So
Yeah, we saw.
oh, another stun. Is Morgana, is she in trouble? Ooh, misses the binding.
The Zillion ult comes down off of her
Zillion.
though, and now Zabel is just in the wrong neighborhood,
Yup.
going in a little too far on that ultimate.
And suddenly, Poppy is very surrounded. That looks bad. That is definitely bad.
Is probably the right phrase there.
That flash was necessary.
Yeah, Yorick ended up teleporting in where Kennen saved his. So
Yep.
with the dead Zabel, it made it a 3v5, which they could not fight. And now
Yep.
blue team's making the call to shove up, take the mid lane turret, trade it for the dragon. But it looks like they're just going to get caught out a little bit. Shoemaker has the speed up on Kennen, is able to run away. But Shimmy is right there.
Ooh.
Shu throws his slow backwards. Has to flash over the wall. Cannon's end up caught out. Bomb on him. He's not getting away. The Shu is trying to return damage.
Flash, I think he would have been in trouble.
Yeah.
And red team posturing for Baron, but it's not up yet. Unfortunate for them.
Yeah, and they already took the Rift Herald and used it mid lane, which got it very low. They're probably going to be able to take this turret right here. Chrono Pocket's got to watch out, but the double bombs don't land on him, so he's safe enough.
Not shield out.
Yeah, but the biggest things to notice right now are the differences in the items. You see Yorick already has this Triforce completed, is sitting on about 1,300 gold, so that'll be a good amount of items. We're probably going to finish up.
Zillion and Udyr also have a lot of gold sitting in their pockets. Oh, Zillion just bought. So, the other items you should look at is that full item Caitlyn has over the Draven. The Caitlyn is gonna be the biggest damage dealer for blue team, so they really gotta use that advantage.
Gotta say, never been in that position before.
Right?
Ever. Weight of the team on your shoulders, Paco. Can you do it?
I don't know. I don't know if I could handle that pressure.
I'm probably gonna get caught out and die right here, so we're just gonna fast forward past this.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. But it looks like the elite team is gathering vision around Baron, getting a lot of wards in this river, and just letting this Yorick split push against Shoemaker as they do.
With the pressure Yorick can put out, and the fact that they have an Udyr and a Draven, and even Zillion, they can take this Baron pretty quickly, even though it's early. Oh, and a flash on the onto the Caitlyn.
Yeah, Sickly going super aggressive right there. Thought that the binding was going to land. But Zillion with a nice save onto his Sickly.
And Zillion giving him a revive and then just giving him a level. Because he's a very generous mid laner.
Yeah, now with that Zillion ult giving Sickly back to full health, it's really just up to this Yeet squad not to die. But good stun from ups. Yeah, that was an amazing stun from Paco, catching out the Morgana.
Okay, in the end though, it's a 2-for-2 trade because the Yorick killed the Kennen down bot lane.
And now he has so much pressure, and this Demolish proc is going to do...
Yeah, that tower's dead.
Way too much.
Super dead.
Zabel is going in for it, though. And is going away for it.
Going away for it.
Yeah, not many people can deal with this Yorick right now.
Man.
Too strong.
A lot of things are happening, but the game is still very, very even. Only 500 gold separates two teams here.
And hear that crowd chanting Draven's name. Unfortunately, hasn't cashed in yet.
Has not been able to collect very much. Only has 1 kill currently. But support Draven doesn't really work as well. So you kind of do need the kills.
And we do see that the Rek'Sai actually closed up the gold lead that Chimmy had, so Zabel is now even with his counterpart, which is good to see, and he has his 2 items completed. But a Baron rush coming out from the Yeet squad, or sorry, the elite squad, and it's already down. Yeet has no idea it's going down, and that Baron is finished so quickly with that Yorick.
So quickly, and there's nothing they could have done about it. I keep forgetting. Which blue is Yeet or is it elite?
Blue is Yeet, and a fight coming out. Zabel's going in. Good ult from Colonel Paco, knocks away 2 members. Darth Ted is on the wrong side of the wall, but he doesn't mind. Odolma is fighting. Darth Ted has to flash out. Odolma taking on 3 members by himself, though. Chimmy stepping up to Darth Ted, but Darth Ted just putting out a lot of damage. Udyr goes in. The Kennen ults.
The stuns.
Gets so much damage down. Is able to take out the Udyr, and now Odolma has to run away on this Yorick. A lot of damage being put down, and Kennen just able to live through that binding.
Wow, what a fight. In the end, wow. So the Rek'Sai died very early, but after that, it was just 3 kills for Yeet right there. Catching out the Draven stuck in the pit, and then the Udyr dying so quickly to the Kennen ult that Zillion wasn't even able to get his ult off in time for him to save his life.
Yeah, and it's really good because they also get the Baron buff off of 2 members.
They got
which
off
is
of
pretty
3.
huge. Oh, 3 members.
3
You're
members.
right. My bad.
So yeah, that's makes the Baron play a little less impactful, but it's still impactful.
Yeah, still 1,500 gold. But we do see a fight coming out. Colonel Paco in a little bit of trouble. Pickle Popper getting taken down. Those Kog'Maw R's doing so much damage. And then he just pops the Draven right there.
The Kog'Maw is starting to turn on. And that is not something you want to hear if you're on the elite side of this map.
Yeah, and I think the elite team's starting to realize they can't really fight a good 5v5 unless they get on to Darth Ted, which is me. It's
correct.
If they,
but all of a sudden, this Kog'Maw also looking like a very big threat himself.
Yeah, he has a 900 gold bounty, 4-0-3. Shu putting out so much damage now that the Kog'Maw is finally online.
And that Zillion is big, but Zillion, he really needs 2 or even 3 items before he really starts being the true obnoxiousness that he is.
I mean, I would say Zillion's already at that point, but he's never going to match the amount of damage a Kog'Maw can put out.
Exactly, yeah. Kog'Maw already has 2 finished items to Zillion's 1.5. It's like 1 in 2 halves, but that's not a finished item, so.
Not a finished item yet. And we see York going back to the bot lane, putting a little bit of pressure onto the Kennen, just clearing out some vision, trying to stay safe. And he's gonna just walk down and try to take this bot lane inhibitor.
Oh. Nope. They were posturing. They really were just sticking around to buff up that minion wave with the Baron buff, and because the Yeet squad is looking like they want to fight right now.
Yeah, and it looks like they're gonna just try to set up a 4-1 and allow Adolma pressure, but this Kog'Maw has so much wave clear, and with the Caitlyn being so far ahead, minions mean really nothing. They send Shimmy to top lane just to clear out that mini wave and get it shoving for them.
Yep, the Yorick was one of the champions to lose his Baron buff there, so his split pushing ability is much worse than it could be. Still very good. It's still very scary, that Yorick. But it looks like the Yeet is trying to make a play. Nope. Just have to clear wards.
And Adolma is getting collapsed on right now by 3 members. He's stepping forward. There's no way to get out. Colonel Paco bringing him closer to get in range of the AD carry. Good support.
Letting the Caitlyn get into melee range so she can maximize her damage.
And now we have a 6-0-7 Caitlyn. Pretty big on that. He's able finding himself good dodge on the binding. Ults in to get away from that. Has to flash out though. He's taking a lot of damage. And then the
managed to live though. Ooh, the Draven ult barely not getting him there. Not quite.
The heal was completely unnecessary there.
Down for nothing. Yep. Well.
Didn't calculate it. My bad.
No one saw it. It's okay.
Yeah, it wasn't on stream or anything. Right. But now there's so much pressure being held by the elite squad. But this Kog'Maw is just throwing out the Arcane Barrage, putting so much damage into him.
Yeah, he's still level 15 though, so one more level and that thing starts being really, really scary.
If only there was a Zillion to level him up.
Yeah, push. That's the other team.
Oh.
Yeah.
Unlucky.
Yeah. So, Baron up in 20 seconds. I imagine we're gonna see a fight around that.
It does look like we're just getting a little bit of a reset right now. Everybody backing off and buying items. Blue team looks like they're trying to put in wards around this Baron side. They have a nice pink ward up here, which nobody's cleared yet, just to see if anyone's coming in. And just as I say that, never mind, a Sickly doesn't walk into that bush.
Well, he didn't. Yeah, that's a sneaky word there. Not everyone walks in that bush, even though you're supposed to. That's why that's a good ward. It gives you a lot of vision there, and not everyone checks it. And despite this Kog'Maw and this Caitlyn looking so huge right now, this game is still pretty close. Only 1K difference, which is really nothing at this point in the game.
Most of that lead is coming from Adolma versus Shoemaker right now. And we see Adolma just putting out so much pain. Shoemaker unable to get out of this wall, has to flash. Maiden's still on him. The Ghoul's doing so much damage, and Adolma just gets to freely walk up to this turret.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like the Yeet are responding at all to this.
They were posturing at Baron, but they had to back off because of the tremendous pressure coming down bot. And now they're stuck in. They have to fight. Here it goes.
Looks like they get poked down, have to leave. And now the Yorick is on the Nexus turret. Shoemaker is gonna. Oh, Adolma queued a minion.
Wow. Meanwhile, Elite is on Baron.
And it's going down. It's at 5k health right now.
Oh man.
Disable is over the wall though.
Man. Tower's not going down.
He goes in, gets the smite, steals the Baron.
Oh, he stole
Poppy
it.
knocks away the Draven. There goes all the DPS. Darth Head finishes the kill onto the Udyr.
Morgana flashes away. Oh, they get one turret at the Nexus, but that Baron buff is gonna get that Yorick away. Oh, he's gonna die.
Yeah, Pickle Popper trying his best to stop the backs. Has to flash forward, but doesn't get anyone. And the Yorick just gets collapsed on.
Yeah, those Baron empowered recalls making a big difference there, allowing the Rek'Sai to get back in time to help out Kennen.
Yeah, and the Yorick doing so much damage in that bot lane. Adolma really showing out how this champ is supposed to be played.
That was a huge. That could have been very, very bad for Yeet, right there. They had to steal the Baron while their base was dying. If that Baron went the other way, the game might be over.
Yeah,
but
major props to Zabel right there for taking that, stealing that Baron. But now with Baron minions, Kennen might be able to actually stave off the Yorick's aggression.
Yeah,
so
he at least has to go to a lane that doesn't have super minions in it, because even with Baron buff, it's hard to push into those. You really want to use the other waves to get an advantage. So, they have not chosen a lane yet to push, but just opting to get some gold and finish up some items. Caitlyn with 4 items and a Quicksilver Sash. That's scary. That's gonna be bad for the other team.
Caitlyn's a big girl right now, compared to Draven's unfinished IE.
2.5 item Draven is not nearly as scary. So this is gonna be a big team fight.
And one of the saving graces of the Yeet squad is that they're really, really strong into teams that have to just run at you, like the Yorick and the Udyr.
Yep, and the Zillion, the elite squad doesn't have great team fight starting potential. They really have to either hit a double. Oh.
Yeah, speaking about team fight starting, Paco flashes in onto Sickly. The Sickly stepping up a little bit too far, ends up getting taken down.
He go?
Pickle Popper getting deleted.
Oh,
and the inhibitor is going down. But meanwhile, we have the Yorick shoving down, trying to get in on this inhibitor. But it's already too late.
The game's gonna end.
Yeah, this Nexus turret is going down. Udyr and Zillion can't do enough damage. Darth Head walking into a double bomb though, ends up getting taken out.
That might
death of the game.
That might stop the game from ending right there.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they have enough minions.
Somehow went temporary colorblind right there and didn't see the bomb, giant red circle, and decided to walk into it. Unfortunate.
Yeah, now Shu has to kind of run for his life. Chimmy ends up giving up the chase, though.
Yeah. And meanwhile, that Yorick was doing work. He didn't end up getting the other inhib, and ended up actually dying. But he got 2v1 there. He took one with him.
Yeah.
But the right now the elite squad's base is looking pretty it's in disrepair right now.
Yeah, it's pretty open. That Nexus has nothing
open.
protecting it except for top lane.
Towers, and they're both in a lane. So and only one inhib.
Blue team's inhibitors respond.
This but they elite still has a super minion wave of their own, so things should go. Game's not over yet.
It definitely isn't. I mean, we've seen how much pressure this Yorick can put on, so he could easily get to those inhibitors and try to take them out. But the thing is, there's so much map pressure coming out from these supers, so he has to wait till inhibitors come back up. And he's actually getting caught out right now. Chronopok getting nice stun into the wall in the knockup, but Adolma has a good amount of shields from that Joran's Fist.
He is tanky now too, by the way. He does a lot of damage and also very tanky.
Yeah, so you're taking little to no damage there.
Yep. They popped the Steric's shield, but that's not that short a cooldown. It'll be up. I think it's 90 seconds.
Yeah, I believe so.
So they're just gonna keep trying to push in waves. Looks like they're gonna rotate to this dragon, which should be the Elder Dragon.
Yeah, and they already have 3 dragons. I mean, there's no Infernal, so it's not the biggest thing, but getting the Elder with 3 dragons still is so much damage.
Yeah, if they get this Elder, they already have a mountain, which means if they will melt any structures they go towards, even including the Nexus.
Good double bomb from Pickle Popper, doing a lot of damage. Yeah, double doms.
Bubble dom.
Those alliterations.
Yeah.
But this Kog'Maw is putting in so much damage.
Oh,
this
man.
choke point is destructive for him.
Oh,
Pickle Popper getting
so
popped before he has
That's
a chance to put down his ulti.
That might be the game.
We see Shoemaker teleports into the base, gets a 4-man ultimate off, is able to get the Zonias off too, so he stays alive. And now there's just so much damage. Everyone going in. Elite coming up strong, taking him out. Adoma doing his very best, but he ends up going down as well. And now we have super minions on the Nexus. A few people left alive. J-Sep with no health.
The game.
The game
right there.
is over. The Elites have it. No,
That's
the
right.
Yeets have it.
No,
Yeets have it.
had
Oh, God.
Come on.
My bad.
We were on that team.
I forgot.
Well, Zillion, forgetting how long range those Kog'Maw Rs really are. That was very, very far, and he just died. I'm pretty sure he had ult up.
Yeah, he definitely had ult up, but I think he also had barrier up at that point and flash.
There was no reason for him to die other than he forgot about the the distance he had there.
At that point in the game, though, it's super hard for this kind of team comp to come back, mainly because most of your DPS in team fights is Draven, who is just set so far behind that.
Right. The Yeet squad had a late game Kog'Maw, a fed late game Kog'Maw, and a fed late game Caitlyn. There is not a lot of things that can deal with that.
Yeah.
The poke, they were just the two of them were able to put out while they were doing Dragon casually was just insane. The other team just couldn't approach. So.
Well, yep, there you have it. I hope you all enjoyed this rebroadcast of the game. Just keep in mind that we're going to be sending out some announcements pretty soon, so keep check on your email for notes about next season. And remember, January 26th is the end of the season rec league party up here in New Hampshire. So if you haven't said you're coming to that, please RSVP. Just yeah, let me know you're coming, Darth Ted.
Yeah.
And yeah, have a good night, everyone.
That was a great All-Star game. Or no, yeah, it was All-Star game. Yeah. Good night, everyone.